Hi, I'm Francesca Kamara from FB1. I'm here with Margaret Buj, and we're going to discuss the topic of group interviews, how you can excel in group interviews and how you can bag yourself that job. Okay, Margaret, so tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Margaret Buj. I'm an interview and career promotion coach, and I work with people really at all levels, from students to managing directors, and I help them improve their interview technique and their presentation skills to ensure that they get a job.
Do you think group interviews are a fair method of assessment? Because some people, they might not be as vocal as others. You get some people who are shy or quite timid, and group interviews, they might feel intimidated by other people, and they might not be able to shine as much. So do you think it's like a fair method?
Do you know what? I don't know. It's like it almost doesn't matter what I think because they're here to stay. So it actually really doesn't matter, my personal opinion. And yeah, I agree. Someone who's shy might perhaps not be able to shine, but that's why it's so important when you go to a group interview like that. It's very important that you are an active contributor, that you don't just observe what other people are doing. It's important that you maybe give some feedback, and you don't, even if you're shy, you don't have to be the person who's always first with their hand up and really taking the lead, but you can maybe acknowledge some valuable contribution that someone else has made. You can ask a question, like just make sure you say something, because I think it makes a really bad impression if you're at a group interview and you just don't say anything at all. So even if you're quite shy, I think it's fine. Like not everyone has to be like really outgoing. I think as long as you can still get on with other people and make some contributions, I think that should be fine.
How important is extracurricular activities for young people?
I think they're very, very important, because obviously as a young person you probably don't have much experience. Maybe your parents are not in employment, so unless you get some sort of work experience, whether it's in a formal or informal setting, it will be very difficult to persuade a potential employer that you are the right person for the role. And also, as I mentioned before, employers will be looking for examples of working in a team, examples of problem solving, examples of taking initiative, etc., etc. So it's very important that you have some sort of experiences to draw those, to talk about those experiences. So I think whether it's volunteering, whether it's trying to get an internship, even if it's unpaid internship, whether it's doing some community work, that's so important, because then when an employer asks you about examples of working in a team, hopefully you will have example, even if it's like a 2 weeks community work.
Okay, and finally, I just want you to give us your top 3 tips on the skills that you should use in a group interview.
When an employer asks you for examples of teamwork, problem solving, taking initiative, etc., it's very important that you structure your answer correctly, because most people either ramble on for too long, or they just give a very short answer that doesn't really tell the employer about the involvement. So it's very important that people use a format called STAR, which stands for situation, task, action, result. And so basically you need to describe the situation you were in or the task you had to accomplish. Then you need to talk about specific actions that you took, and then you need to talk about the result. So the situation could be, when I was doing an internship at XYZ, I was part of a team that was doing, and you describe what the team was doing. So you just paint the story of what is it that you were responsible for. Then when you talk about actions, it's very important that you talk about your specific contributions. So if you keep saying we all the time, the interviewer won't really know what your personal contribution was. So it's very important. It's fine to say we, but at the same time, if you keep saying we all the time, that's not going to come across great, because they just won't know what is it that you've done. And then talk about the result. So result could be ideally something tangible, as a result we've raised £10,000 for the charity. Or result could be the manager was very happy with the work, or the work was completed on time and the manager was very happy with the report. Or it could be doing something that saved time or saved money. So I would definitely recommend using STAR. If people are interested, I have a free interview success, how to win at job interviews e-course on my website, where they can download it completely free of charge and get the information and get some examples.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. So this has been Margaret Buj and Francesca Kamara from FB1, and thank you for listening to this.